On the screen right now is everything you need to know in order to fight the Manticore on any difficulty, as well as what you'll unlock. The artifact of the Destroyer is located in the southeast section of the map in the desert region, as you can see, and the map and the GPS coordinates will be shown on screen soon. The dangerous creatures you will face in this cave are going to be shown on the screen right now, but along with that you also have to deal with dangerous ledges which cause instant death, along with cave shifting from hot to cold temperatures. Now for what I personally recommend for this cave based on my approach is shown on the screen right now, but of course feel free to pick and choose depending on how you plan to run it. Now the player stats I showed from my experience have been more than adequate to reduce the stress caused by changing weather and torpor attacks. Overall, I highly recommend a high level Thyla with lots of health, stamina and melee. This will make the cave a lot easier, not only because of the maneuverability, but also you have a higher chance of defeating rubble golems and not dying to them. As well as having the 4 consumables I showed earlier, cactus broth, kaolin soup, lesser antidote and shadow steak will help heaps in this scenario. Aside from that, just follow the rest of this section to find the artifact and get out safely. The artifact of the Gatekeeper is located in the central canyons, which is roughly in the middle section of the map, very close to Red Obelisk, and the map and the GPS coordinates will be shown on screen soon. Now, along with the dangerous creatures you'll face, as shown on the screen right now, you're going to have to deal with extreme heat as well as dangerous heights. Now again, I personally recommend the following gear for this cave based on my approach, and obviously that gear is shown on the screen right now, but of course feel free to pick and choose depending on how you plan to run the cave. If you are going to go on foot, I highly recommend parachutes and ranged weaponry. The player stats showed are the same as before. In my experience, they have been more than adequate to reduce the stress of the changing weathers and the torpor attacks. Add that with the recipes earlier, you know, the cactus broth, the kaolin soup, lesser antidote and shadow steak. All of that's going to make your life a lot easier. Overall, again, I highly recommend a high level Thyla with lots of health, stamina and melee, as it's just going to make the cave a heck lot easier, especially with the maneuverability, quicker to get to the artifact, and a higher chance of succeeding, especially if you come across a rubble golem. Furthermore, you really want to take a cryopod on this mission because there'll be a section where you'll need to crawl under an area, and unless you cryopod your creature, he's not coming with you. And that next section has a lot of dangerous creatures, so best to pod them and bring them with you. Aside from that, just follow the rest of the section of the video, get the artifact and get out safely. The final artifact we need is the artifact of the Crag, and that is located in the mountains of the north section of the map, which is closest to Blue Obelisk, and I'll be showing the map and the GPS coordinates soon. Aside from the dangerous creatures you'll be facing as shown on the screen, you'll also have to combat the extreme heat, which you'll need your consumables for, such as the shadow stake, or the cactus broth, or the kaolin soup, in order for you to even make it to the artifact and not die of heat stroke. Now the following gear you need to tackle this cave based on my approach is shown on the screen right now, and the player stats as shown before are basically the exact same as it's been with the other artifacts. As well as with the other caves, it's best to bring a high level Thyla with lots of health, stamina and melee. This will make the cave a lot easier with the overall maneuverability, quicker to get to the artifact, and a higher chance of coming out of this cave alive based on the challenges I'm going to face, as you'll see. Aside from that, just watch on, get the artifact and get out safely. All we need now in order to fight the Manticore is to get Wyvern Talons. Now the easiest way to get Wyvern Talons is to head to this section of the map. As you can see, this is where the scar is located, and in the scar is literally every single Wyvern in the existence of the map. So once you're here, what you want to do is find a nice area and go ahead and build a turret trap, as you can see here. Now it doesn't need to be as luxurious as my one, but just give it enough turrets so then that way if you get maybe 7 Wyverns chasing you, these turrets will be able to gun them down because they've got a damage multiplier against Wyverns. So try and maybe build at least 10 to be safe. Anyway, so once that's all nice and set up and you're here, you want to go ahead and get on your flying creature. I'm using a Wyvern for this example, but you can use anything else. Fly in there and go and upset all the Wyverns in here so they're very aggressive with you and they want to chase you and eat you alive. Then once you've got enough following you, head on back to your turret wall, land your Wyvern or flying creature, whatever it may be, and then let the turrets just blast them off to existence, and then go ahead and collect their Wyvern Talons and you're good to go. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this helped you get everything you need in order to fight the Manticore boss. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.